All right, so we went to, or I mostly went, Andrew came halfway through for ice cream, but we went to a Goodwill grand opening for the first time and spent over $1,000 in one day at a single Goodwill. This is the only Goodwill. That's it. So behind me I have 7 IKEA bags full of clothes. The prices were not out of control or anything. They were cheaper than they were in my local area. So I think we may just go through a bag or two. We'll see how long it takes. But like, there is a ton here. This is not what this is. This is for the live selling. But also, the live selling, we did a Lululemon show and only sold like 20 things, and we had about 200 pieces of Lululemon. So if you're not already following my eBay store, we start Lululemon, Athleta, Gymshark, all of the popular athletic brands for $5. $5. Nobody wanted anything really for $5. I mean, we got Swiftly Techs, we got sweatshirts, we got Scubas, we got Align leggings. Like, sorry to get off track, but like, was shocked. I'm also realizing there's a bit of an echo or something going on in here, so sorry about that. But let's start off with one of the bags. We did get a lot of bread and butter stuff, but we also did get some higher end pieces that were brand new with tags. So we'll see if we get to look at those today. But we're gonna start off, let's see. This was $6.69. They were labeled as jeans, but they are Banana Republic trousers, and I found that, let me point you down a little bit. I found that Banana Republic-esque brands, like, I don't know what you call them, like normal mall brands, but if they have a name on them, that's usually a good sign. These are the Banana Republic Martin pant, and they're just a classic gray wool trouser. $6, not too shabby. But yeah, if they have a name, most likely they're going to command more of a premium than just like a regular wool pant from the brand. Not always, just sometimes. Next we have Maeve, and this is the newer tag from Maeve, not the Maeve for Anthropology. It's just like Maeve. I'm seeing the poor little tag is stuck in the zipper somehow, so we're just gonna stick that in there. But anyways, new with tags. I don't know what the style name is, but new with tags, Maeve, $5. And this is just like a skirt with like a, I don't know, double, it's a skirt, so is double-breasted really apply here? I don't know, but just a basic skirt, brand new with tags from Maeve, $5. This store did have a lot of Lululemon. A lot of it was priced up to $16.99 specifically. All of the Lululemon that they knew was Lululemon was $16.99. But there are certain pieces that, well, I guess, wonder if that's what this clear barb is. Maybe they know it was Lululemon, but they didn't think it was nice enough to sell for $17. I don't know, because they were selling a lot of like really worn out Hottie Hots and stuff for $17. So I'm not sure of the whole thought process there, but this is a larger size, and it is Lululemon right there. They also did have fake Lululemon, so just make sure you know how to verify that Lululemon is real if you are going to thrift stores and stuff specifically to source for it, because there are fakes out there, especially if you go to the outlet. There are a ton of Lululemon fakes. So make sure you're double checking and looking for the size dot, and you know how to verify the authenticity. And then we got some Abercrombie and Fitch Sloan pants, maybe, I don't remember, but it's one of their trousers, but this one has the cuff at the bottom, which is trending right now. An exaggerated cuff is more so trending right now, but it is a cuffed trouser from Abercrombie and Fitch. This was $6.99. Smaller size, but popular style. Should do well. Next, this one I was excited about. It is gigantic, my gosh. This is Ralph Lauren Sport in a size extra large. This was $14, but it is a cable knit shawl collar, gosh, this is heavy, cardigan. So it has that like fold over shawl style collar, but it is cable knit, has a more relaxed sleeve, very old money, quiet luxury, extremely heavy, my goodness, and plot twist, new with tags. There's a lot of new with tag stuff at this store. I have a hard time noticing things are new with tags because that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking mainly for what the item is and if it'll sell at said price point, and then it's usually when I get home after Andrew takes the photos and everything that I realize that it's new with tags, because there is pictures of the tag in the photos. This one went on clearance to $49. I'm not sure what this bad boy retailed for, if I can get this off quick enough. Yeah. Nope. I just peeled off the price. So there's no telling how much that retailed for, but it's Ralph Lauren, so not cheap. And then more Banana Republic Italian yarn. I believe this was linen is why I got it. Yeah, 100% linen, more of an open knit, so could go more beachy, quiet luxury, all those things because of the linen, the open knit, all of that fun stuff. Found this dress, and I usually stay away from clothing items that have pieces of metal attached to them, but this one is vintage and it was only $7.69. I have really good track record with my vintage dresses, so this one is a halter and has like that baby doll triangle style, and then it has this brooch on the front, which is in good condition. It just has a couple of missing guys, but for $7 there's plenty of room for profit. And then it has this on the back that matches the brooch. It has like a black chiffon with gold material underneath. Very whimsy goth, Roman, Y2K. Lots of keywords can fit that one there. And then the store did have a lot of Patagonia. I didn't look at it too closely though, because I was in a rush and I was like, I'm gonna look at it later, and then my cart was literally above my head the first time I checked out. I checked out twice. So this is Patagonia Chinchilla. This is vintage, but it's made in Jamaica, so not USA. It is a size large though. Looks like a men's size large. This one was $12, but I'm not afraid to spend money on Patagonia. I will spend $30 on Patagonia sometimes, like nothing too crazy. And then I was gonna look this brand up later and then I didn't, but it's called Broken Dreams, and it's like a really heavyweight, kind of smells like mothballs, but it's a really heavyweight hoodie. It was $11.29, It says Selling Dreams on the front. I don't know anything about this other than it feels really nice. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It was $11. We'll see if I regret that or not. Didn't check comps. That's my fault. What time are we? I don't know. 10 minutes. Okay. So that was a small bag. This store also had this scuba, which, like, I looked at it in store briefly and it looked okay. The zipper looked okay and everything, but now that I've got it home, I don't know that I trust it. It was also $11. It just feels a little funny. Like, it doesn't feel like scubas usually feel, in my opinion. There's the logo and the tag. Probably wouldn't have got it if I looked at it closer, but we will see. Yeah. The pocket definitely looks wrong, so we'll see about that one. Okay. More Patagonia, the Better sweater. This one is a size small. Paid $12 for this one, which isn't cheap, but I mean, my local Goodwill would charge anywhere from $25 to $35 for this. So definitely happy to pay that price. Be an easy sell. This one is, oh my gosh, it's one of those like wrap cardigans. Can't find the end. This is Anthropologie. It's the by Anthropologie size extra small. But these like wrap style cardigans do really well for me, from like Anthropologie, Free People, those kind of brands. And I paid $5 for this. So those usually sell pretty well for me, even though we're going out of season. And then, never seen this brand before, but the brand Reese sounded familiar, so I figured I would take a shot at it. The comps were all over the place, so I'll have to do more research, but it was only $6, so, and it is a bright pink blazer, so should do well enough based on the factors alone. I was not the first one to go through the dresses, so that shows you how important it is to know your brands. It's really important. Like, I was not the first, second, or third. There was lots and lots and lots of people who went through the dresses before me. This one is $7.69, and it is from Isabelle Marant. I've never found this brand before, and for the first time I found it, it is a very long maxi dress with all sorts of embroidery and embellishments and interesting details. So only paid $7 for this, and there was a ton of people that looked through that before me. This one, don't know what this brand is, but it looked interesting. I picked it up based off style alone, so if it ends up being like an important brand or something, then that's just a plus, but picked it up based on style alone. Only $5, and it's a very like lightweight semi-sheer kimono layering piece with like these cranes and bamboo and all sorts of stuff on top of it. Only $5. Another dress. Oh my gosh, if I could find the end. Oh, maybe it's not a dress, maybe it's a cardigan? Robe? It's some sort of duster. But this is the newest Free People tag. The newest one, I believe. Yeah, because We the Free has a different one, obviously, because it's a different line than Free People. But this is the newest one, and I paid $5, and it is an insanely long, like, duster, kimono, cardigan, super long, leopardy, snake print, whatever. But for $5, I'll take it. Some more Free People. This is older, but it is an extra small. You could tell it's older because the nameplate is bigger. But again, I do well with these like kimono, cardigan, layering pieces. This was also only $5. So, and it's got the fringe and everything. That will also help to elevate the value. We got another brand new with tags. Anthropology piece. This one, size medium, was only $5. But they are like these pleated, beachy shorts. But they're the plain Anthropology line, $5. Perfect for the season. Not gonna say no to those. I did not go through the kids section, but the kids section came to me, and this is probably one of my favorite kids brands to buy and sell. They're usually quick movers, but it was just a little cotton dress, $3, a little overpriced for kids clothing, but should sell pretty easily for like 20-25 bucks. J. Crew. This is the newest J. Crew tag in the like plain capital letters. Fabric made in Italy. Some other words I don't know. These were $6.69. They are a plain black trouser pant, but I am finding through experimentation that if it is this new J. Crew tag, then it will sell, because I sold a plain cotton tank top, nothing super special about it. It was just a lightweight cotton with that J. Crew tag, and it moved within like 30 days. This is another brand. This is called Chicken Legs. I have found it once before in a turtle print. This one is strawberries. Only paid $5 for these. They don't sell for a ton of money, but they sell really quick. This one is an experiment piece. Watch this. This one's new with tags. I might have known that. This might have been why I bought it to experiment with. But it is Lulu's. I don't have a whole lot of luck with Lulu's really, but these are an all-over sequin, wide leg, trouser style pant, brand new with the tags. Looks great there, but it was only $6.69, so a good piece to experiment with. I usually like to buy things new with tags if I'm going to experiment with them. And that one was, there was a lot of these Abercrombie and Fitch linen bottoms. All of the shorts had like tears in the lining or some staining or whatever. So this might have been the only piece I got, but this was $6.69 Abercrombie and Fitch little cropped, yeah, they're cropped linen wide leg pants. I really like to buy this kind of stuff, just like one size, made in India, yada yada yada. You'll know when you see it because they kind of all look similar. This was only $5, and they will always have some sort of intricate embroidery and designs to it. They're usually about this aesthetic. So fairy, witchy, Y2K 90s, that kind of stuff. But they're always like a made in India brand. It's been a long time since I have found this one. This is Oh My Gauze. It is a size 2. I believe they function off of a different sizing chart, so a size 2 might mean something different. This was $5. It is like a blue tie-dye print, but the first time I found it, I found 2 identical dresses, different colors, but they were maxi dresses and they sold really fast, so excited to see how the tops do. I did not, in fact, check comps, so we'll see. But it does well across the board. It just may be more bread and butter. And then we got some Cool in a good size. There are 6 long, so any sort of outdoor athletic pants that you can get in a tall, long, you know, those kind of inseams, they usually do a little bit better, elevates the value of them. But these were $6.69, and sometimes there will be a tag in here that says the style of the pants. Not seeing it though, but these are a women's, should do well. Again, with the name of things being on here, these are the Banana Republic Logan pants. These are a size 10 long, again new with the tags. More of a plain color, but them being new with the tags. They're a machine washable Italian wool, size 10 long, classic straight leg trouser. They should do well. And then let's see, we got some Lululemon. These are either the Commission or ABC pants. These were $6.69. Don't know what size they are or if they're men's or women's, but regardless, these chino style pants do well for me from Lululemon. This is Chino by Anthropologie. I've never seen this before. Just says Chino, Anthropologie, size 2, but they are like a cotton wide leg crop, and then they again have that cuff detail at the bottom. They are extremely wrinkly, but again, the style itself will do well, and then added with the branding, it'll also do well. I find these every few months, noticing somebody tailored this themselves, so we will have to let it back out. But this is Cinquecept. It just says 5A7. These are a satin cargo pant. If you ever see this, it's not supposed to be crinkly, but this specific satin material is what I find most often. I'll see it and it's like, oh yeah, that's the Cinquecept material. But they are a black satin cargo pant. It retails for a lot, does not in fact resell for a lot, but there are people who are looking for it. Alright, and then if you don't know already, these are Quince. I don't know if you know about Quince, but they are a high volume resale brand. Like, a lot of them sell, not for a lot, but they sell pretty well, if that makes any sense. These are $6.69. They are, let's see, the tag is cut out, but there's some sort of Ponte pull-on stretch trouser pant. They won't sell for a whole lot, but they are quick money, especially if you can layer it with the correct keywords. Again, J. Crew, here is the newest tag. This is an extra small, which I normally would not pick up, but it is a longer cardigan sweater, and it does have cotton and merino wool in it. But this was $5 for this longer J. Crew cardigan. A little out of season, but it'll be fine. You layer it with the right keywords, price it at the right price, and it will do just fine. I don't know what this store, why there was so much of this one specific brand, but there was so much of this one specific brand. It's Alice and Olivia. Can't get too excited because it retails for a ton, doesn't resell for a ton. But this is a silk blouse with a roll tab sleeve. It is a size medium, but it's very artsy, lightweight, minimalist, has the roll tab sleeve. Lots of factors that would sell it by itself, and then that it being Alice and Olivia will elevate it slightly. Doesn't gonna mean it's gonna elevate it a ton, but if I could find the materials tag, or there is none, I guess, but definitely a silk spandex blend. And then it also has the boat neck here, which is also trending. So that will be an easy one. This one I thought was interesting, but it being a shirt dress, it should perform fine, or maybe it's a robe, shirt dress, something, but it is like kimono style. It is a shirt dress, it does have a belt, and it is new with tags from Anthropologie. So lots of factors that should, or it might be a shirt. It might be an actual shirt because there's a slit on the side that goes pretty far up. We'll see. Very artsy though. Should do good. I only paid $7 for it, so little experiment. Found some Lululemon men's. Not a clue what this style is called. I've never personally seen it before. It's a little weird feeling, but it's got the Lululemon here, $5.69. So they probably didn't know it was Lululemon because they didn't look at this little tag here. Yeah, interested to see what it is. It's an interesting material. Kind of feels like a wool or a linen or something. Almost at the 30-minute mark, so probably gonna run this piece and that'll be it. But this is $7.69 vintage from Cinema Etoile. Brand doesn't really matter. It is the style here. It has this sheer pink lace with a little bow, and then it has that V waistline, if you can see that. I don't know what that's called, but that is a popular waistband, and then it is a full maxi length in excellent condition, no staining or anything that I can see, so that'll also be an easy sell to mark up with all sorts of keywords. But we only got through one small IKEA bag and not even half of this other IKEA bag, so if that tells you about how much stuff I got at this store, ranging prices from like $5 to $10 on average. You saw some of the higher ones and some of the lower ones, but yeah, I've never been to a Goodwill grand opening before, so it was an interesting experience. Everybody was nice. It was kind of weird. There was a manager there from another store, obviously, because they do that, and he was telling me about he resells and all this other stuff, and I feel like it's a conflict of interest. But yeah, the staff were very nice. I was very excited to go. We'll probably go back. It's not too terribly far, but I had a good time. Was there from opening, so I got there at 8. Got in line at 8:30-ish. Went in at 9 and then left around 3-ish. So it was a long day. I was tired. Somehow more tired than going to like the outlet or something, but it was definitely worth it. And if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe. We do a lot of vlogs and stuff. I'm trying to really make sure I get some of the resale content in, because that is my life. But it's just hard because you source, you process, you list, you source, yeah, it's just, I'm not caught up on inventory like that. But hopefully I'll get some more reselling content out for you guys. Leave comments down below on anything you want to see. Sales, inventory, shopping, yada yada yada. But yeah, thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time.